Case 9370, no blower motor. I already got the blower motor apart. You guys didn't miss much, a bunch of tiny bolts. But let me show you what we found. Check it out, guys. This is how I found it. This is on the blower motor side of the harness. Here's the machine side. See that wire right there? It's halfway sticking out. It's getting pushed out of the connector. So this is the blower motor. Mounts down here at the bottom. Pulls air in from the floor, up through the evaporator, and out the vents cold. This is your cleaning motor. Mounts up here, pulls cold outside air in through this filter into this air box, where this one then moves it into the cab. So we've already repaired the connector there. Here's how you guys would do this. This one's a little bit different, but the same basic concept. That little tab right there on the back, we're gonna bend that up just a hair. And when you plug it back into this receptacle, it's gonna click in, and that's what holds it locked in. But over time, just the vibration, they'll get bent down, or in some cases, with carrying a lot of amperage, it'll melt the little plastic in there that this clicks into. So we're gonna bend that up a little bit, plug it in. That's how you guys would repair this in the field. There it is, repaired. We're gonna plug this all back together. We're not gonna reinstall everything, but we're gonna plug it all back in, and we're just gonna test it. And if it's good, then this was literally a free repair. It didn't cost us anything. But that's also why I like to troubleshoot. I don't like to order parts until I can confirm 100% that said part is bad. In this case, we tried to order blower motors. This was a turnover. Somebody else had troubleshot this. We ended up getting 2 cleaning motors instead of a blower motor. So I yarded it apart, and look what we found. Clearly a wiring issue. We're assuming that right now, but like I said, we're about to test it and confirm. Just tested this one, guys. Works on low, but if I remember right, we didn't have a switch, and this one we hot wired. The low is the high speed, but that's the only speed it works on. So I got my buddy Brian in here hanging out. He is going to pull the dash apart, and we're going to check that switch and see if it's been hot wired, because now we do have new switches on hand. So we'll put a switch in it, see if we get all 3 speeds, and then if we do, this is ready to go back together. Still only got 1 speed. We're going to check the resistor here, see if that took a dump. I'll try to show you guys this cleaning motor's not working. With the key on and the fan speed on, I have battery voltage here, and I'm pinned in here on my connector. So we're checking power, and we're using harness ground. Since I have a voltage reading, we know the power and the ground are good all the way back. This needs to be swapped out. So that's what we're going to start on right now. Well, here's where we are, guys. I got that new motor mounted. I forgot to bring you along for that, but it's real simple, straightforward. It's a little snap ring, you pull that off. I put a screwdriver here where each of these little gussets are, and I mean, just the lightest bit of tension kind of worked it. It popped off. 2 3/8 mounting bolts, and then that was it. Put the new one in, put the squirrel cage back on with the little snap ring, make sure it doesn't rub. Good to go. We're ready to start reinstall. All right, we're going to confirm the repair on that cleaning motor. It's going to be that motor right there. We're just going to turn the key on. The blower motor is off. All right, so that fan must run the whole time, at least just circulating through the air box. And then that one is going to be the actual blower motor, which is going to blow the air out of your vents here. We replaced the blower motor resistor. We got all the fan speeds back. We have no AC. Rest pressure is about 85 psi. The compressor is either bad or it's not getting a command to turn on. That's what we're troubleshooting now. Anything you want to say to the YouTubers?
Listen to what Daniel tells you.
I'm an unsuccessful YouTube artist. I have 240 something subscribers right now.
Yeah.
Check it out, guys. Look what we found. Brian found it. He's a genius. No AC. Crap terminal here. Half melted out. Barely even sticking in here. This is the receptacle for the AC relay. Now we're gonna dig into it. Check it out, this thing just pulled out of the relay receptacle. So now we're gonna smash it all the way through so it sticks up out the top and plug it into the relay and push the relay back down. Now we don't have to worry about the plastic holding it anymore. There it is, guys. I pulled the wire all the way through it. Anyway. Wires through, we're gonna plug the relay in. This is pretty common actually on these tractors. These receptacles always melt out. Not sure how it was designed to not be able to carry the amperage load that it's designed for, but this is the result of that. Too many amps. Verifying the repair. You guys can't see the gauges way out there. Way out there. But the low pressure gauge is moving down. The red gauge is going up. So the compressor is moving refrigerant. AC is not working again. We just troubleshot it at the thermostat. We have power in, power out of the thermostat. Here's a quick overview of our schematic so you guys see what's going on here. Key switch through the control side of your relay. Battery power through circuit breaker L to your relay. Powers your blower motor. So if you have fan blowing, then your relay's good. Our fan is blowing right now. Power in and out of the thermostat. We check the high and low pressure switches, which by design, it wants them to be open. So to troubleshoot, just unplug them. And we did that already, no change. Goes through this section of another relay, relay number 6, to the compressor clutch. So now we're gonna look at relay number 6. We've troubleshot it from, basically from here, all the way back. Everything is good so far. That other relay in question, guys, is right here, relay number 6. This is what sends power to the compressor. When this relay is not energized, the compressor has power. All I did was messed around and seen this little Scotch lock on here. Somebody's added this. I'm not sure what you would add that you only wanted it to be on when the AC was on. So we're gonna dig into this Scotch lock, see what's going on there. What'd you find?
Found that this wire comes out right here, goes all the way down, comes out of the housing of the tractor, and goes down there on the right side of the bottom of the engine block. We're gonna figure out.
You know where it goes?
I don't know, I didn't get out.
Looks like it's plumbed into the factory compressor clutch wire, which irritates me a little bit because whoever did this at least had some knowledge of the circuit because they knew which wire to tie into, but they did such a crap-tastic job that it infuriates me. So now I have to tear all that out, find the one spot that was broken to begin with, and then fix just that. Final look at our repair. We got rid of the Scotch lock and put a heat shrink butt connector on it. I would have liked to have done a better repair than that, but you know, it's just one of those things. They're hurting for this tractor. They need it timed now. And maybe the guy that worked it before me that used the Scotch lock was in the same boat. But really, one of these heat shrink butt connectors is 150 times better than those junk Scotch locks. So anyway, you know, I would have taken this extra few minutes to do this before I ever would have resorted to a Scotch lock. Anyway, it's done though. AC's working now. You guys can't see the gauge out there, but pretty much fixed it. The bad connection was right here where they had that Scotch lock. Here's a look at that Scotch lock. It just kind of cuts the insulation and pinches the wire. But yeah, I definitely am not a fan of these.